The future clone of Sonic comes to destroy him in Sonic 5, the movie in 2027. The genetic project called Ultrasonic X was already in its final stage. The perfect and super upgraded clone of Sonic was being charged with a huge amount of chaos energy from the future Master Emerald. When that energy fused with his DNA, it gave him a shining white look that showed his power was greater than the original Sonic. He became a hybrid hypersonic, and now he was heading straight for our Sonic with only one mission: to erase him from the Earth and take his power. But how did we get here? It turns out that after Dr. Robotnik helped save the Earth together with Shadow in the final battle against Gerald, when the ship exploded, he didn't die. Thanks to the huge amount of chaos energy released by Super Shadow that covered the whole Ark colony, the blast didn't really explode, but instead caused an implosion. Like a black hole, it absorbed everything within 100 kilometers and sent it all on a time trip straight to the year 2044. But Dr. Robotnik didn't give up on evil. Let's be clear, he saved the Earth because if his grandfather destroyed it, then there would be nothing left to rule. So, in 2044, thanks to the advanced technology of that time, he managed to create Metal Sonic, programming him with the single mission of defeating Sonic and taking his power. But since the Sonic of 2044 was way too strong and powerful for Metal Sonic to beat, Eggman stole a time stone from future Amy Rose. He planned to send Metal Sonic back in time to fight the Sonic of 2025, take his power, and then use it to defeat the Sonic of 2044. However, this plan was stopped by time-traveling Amy Rose. Eggman then realized that a simple robot copying Sonic's powers would never be enough to defeat him. To win, he needed something more. He needed a genetic copy of that hedgehog. So, Eggman took Sonic's quill that he still had. Even though Eggman had changed timelines, the quill was still golden with Super Sonic's power. This meant it wasn't just a huge genetic source to create Sonic's clone, but also a source of power that would make the new hedgehog about 10 times stronger than the original Sonic. That's how Dr. Robotnik started Project X. Day by day, this new genetic creation of evil Robotnik began to take shape and grow inside the cloning chamber. Because of the massive master chaos energy used to create him, his look wasn't blue like his genetic father, but pure white like snow, showing the huge hyperpower inside him. After a few weeks, he already had the body of a 3-year-old. When they took him out of the chamber to test his skills, he started running at incredible speed, even creating time remnants in the process, destroying the whole city in just seconds. Then Eggman ordered him to raise his chaos energy to test his full power. He pushed his energy to the max and created a shockwave that covered all of New York City, cutting off its electricity instantly. Sonic himself didn't reach that level until he was 12 years old. Eggman said, "This is amazing. With this great power, I don't need Sonic from the past anymore. I can defeat the Sonic of this time without anyone else's power." So Eggman put Sonic's clone back into the cloning chamber and gave him a name. Now he would be called Ultrasonic X. There we see the team of genetic scientists preparing a solution similar to chaos drives, made from small portions of power stolen from the Master Emerald of that time. Little by little, Ultrasonic grew inside the cloning chamber, and his body started to change to look more mature. After a few days in this process, Ultrasonic X finally woke up. Now at the age of 12, he came out of the lab in an impressive way. His power was already greater than Sonic from the past, but still not equal to the Sonic of 2044. To reach that level, he needed more power from the Master Emerald, which was very hard to get, since the Emerald was in the hands of future Sonic, and he would never give it up. So Eggman came up with the perfect plan. Instead of facing future Sonic, he opened a time portal and sent Sonic's clone back to the year 2025. Falling to Earth like a meteor, he caused massive destruction right where Team Sonic was. As Sonic and the others turned around, they saw this powerful white-colored hedgehog appear from a huge beam of light. Now a deadly battle was about to begin. Sonic is shocked when he sees how much this hedgehog looks like him, with the only difference being his white color. Sonic asks, "Who are you?" The clone, while rising and powering up to the max, answers, "Are you such a bad father that you don't recognize your children?" Sonic is stunned and doesn't even get the chance to say anything else before Ultrasonic X launches a huge energy beam straight at him, covering his whole body and leaving him unable to move. But the goal wasn't to destroy him. This technique was meant to steal all of Sonic's energy and take it for himself. Once Sonic was defeated, the clone attacked Knuckles and Tails, stealing the emerald Knuckles was carrying, and then left that time period by opening a new time portal. Soon after, Amy Rose arrived to help the unconscious Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails.
Hey you! Don't forget subscribe!
Please subscribe to our channel!
Subscribe now!
Now we see that back in the year 2044, Sonic's clone is once again put through experiments. Besides the power he stole from past Sonic, Eggman also gave him condensed energy from the Master Emerald. But Ultrasonic X couldn't control that power. His red eyes showed how the uncontrollable energy was taking over him, even making him break Eggman's orders. So Eggman only gave him 75% of the Emerald's power to keep balance. Still, this power, plus the energy stolen from Sonic and the one he already had from the future Emerald, was enough. Once released, the clone began destroying the whole city with unimaginable strength. Everywhere he went, everything was covered in flames, and no buildings were left standing. Then future Sonic arrived to stop this new villain he didn't yet know. When they faced each other, Sonic from 2044 immediately felt that this new hedgehog had the same chaos energy as him, and he was shocked. He realized he was basically fighting against himself. Ultrasonic took advantage of that moment of surprise and attacked with all his power. In just seconds, Ultrasonic X had defeated the Sonic of 2044. Right after that, Dr. Robotnik captured and chained future Sonic, locking him in the dungeon of his base. No one could do anything about it, because even though future Amy Rose, Knuckles, and Tails were also extremely powerful, together they didn't even reach half the strength of Sonic's clone. They were quickly defeated, and Eggman began ruling the Earth of 2044, becoming its king. Then we return to the year 2025, where Team Sonic, after recovering with Amy Rose's help, started planning a counterattack against this threat. With her time travel technology, Amy Rose realized that the timeline had been changed starting in 2044, where Eggman was ruling the world with the support of a Sonic clone called Ultrasonic X. So Sonic used Amy Rose's time stone, and together they all launched into a time journey to the year 2044. And when they arrived, everything was chaos. The streets were on fire and the cities were destroyed. Then Tails pulled out his chaos energy radar to track Sonic's clone, and surprise! In the blink of an eye, he was already standing in front of Sonic, ready for a battle like no other. But this fight lasted only 3 seconds, because Ultrasonic X pulled out the Master Emerald he had stolen from Sonic in the past. By fusing with it, he transformed into Ultra Supersonic X. With this form, he didn't give them a chance to breathe and completely knocked out the whole Team Sonic. Just as he was about to erase them all from existence, future Amy Rose, Knuckles, and Tails arrived and saved them, transporting them to a safe place. After recovering, they began planning the strategy to defeat this terrible villain. To defeat him, they needed the power of another Master Emerald. When future Sonic was captured, he had their Master Emerald with him, and Eggman got it by kidnapping him. So the plan was for Sonic to sneak into Dr. Robotnik's scientific base, find future Sonic and his Master Emerald, and use that power to defeat Ultrasonic. But things got complicated when Ultrasonic noticed the presence of past Sonic and started chasing him all over the lab, causing massive destruction. Guided by Tails with coordinates, Sonic reached the place where future Sonic was imprisoned. Knowing his team, future Sonic already guessed the plan. From inside his cell, he pointed to young Sonic, showing him that behind the wall at his back was the Master Emerald. Sonic grabbed it right away and focused all his power into his fist. With one powerful punch, he sent Ultrasonic flying through 10 walls. Young Sonic then freed future Sonic, and now together they would fight against their genetic son. Holding hands and using the power of the future Master Emerald, with a huge golden beam of pure chaos energy, they transformed into Super Sonic. Then Ultrasonic also accessed his Ultra Supersonic X form and immediately charged at them, creating a devastating explosion. The blast didn't just destroy Eggman's lab and facilities, it wiped out everything within a 50-kilometer radius. The only ones who survived were both Sonic teams, because they opened ring portals. Even Sonic's clone was completely destroyed, leaving both Sonics as the winners.